Hello everyone, welcome to episode 35 on how to make a GTA 5-star game in Unity3d. Today we will be doing the last of the vehicles, and then next week we'll probably do like a weather system if the clouds work. I don't know. So what we're doing today is the helicopter, and it's actually very similar to the jet script, so similar in fact that we might as well just duplicate it, the jet script, by clicking on it and then Control D. So similar. There are some changes, and then obviously you just want to change it to helicopter and then open it up. Reload, yeah, and then it's loading, come on. There we go, at the top, god damn it. There we go. At the top where it says public class jet, change jet to helicopter. Make sure it's spelled the same way as the file is called though. Otherwise it won't work. Make sure, yeah, good. Cool, so now, first things first. All we have to do, well that's a lie, but what we need to do is where we have rigid body.add relative force vector3.forward, we need to change that to vector3.up. And well, that's it basically done, but we do need to do quite a lot more. So like the rotors going round and that. So I'm just gonna build a quick helicopter out of cubes and go create empty helicopter. Just bring it over a bit. And then create game object cube. So just sort of, I don't know, what does a helicopter look like? That? I don't know, whatever. And then it's got the bit at the back, so let me just name this body. And then cube. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. Right, hold on. Cube, there we go, and then let's just have it go up, make it thin, really thin, like that. Actually, no, let's have it go on like that. Back click that. I know that looks really stupid probably, but oh well. So we go back rotor holder. I'm just naming this so I know what is what. Later on, you don't actually need to name these things, but whatever. For some reason, the box collider is a lot bigger. Let's reset it. Okay, let's not reset it. Cube, and then we need to create the actual rotor. So I'm just going to create an empty game object. And name it back rotor. And let's make this like really tiny and thin like that, and then duplicate it, rotate it to 90 degrees, drag it into back rotor, put it on the thing there-ish, just rotate it a little bit, just 'cause why not. Okay, what the hell is that now? That was odd. What? Bring that up. There we go. Cool. So now we need to do the front rotor. So create, wrong one. Create object cube. Nice and thin, and just a bit smaller. Bring it up. That. This is going to be the strangest looking helicopter you will ever see, but oh well. So we need to go. New game object, front rotor holder, and just drag the cube out. Why have I done that? name the cube front rotor holder, and then we need to create an empty game object, front rotor. And then we need to create our front rotor. So I'm just gonna use the cubes from the back rotor and just make them bigger. So it's in position, that looks really stupid. Okay, let's not do that. Let's create it from scratch. So cube, Make it really thin. That, I guess. And then just rotate it like that. That is the strangest looking helicopter, but oh well. Cool, and then there's our front rotor, and then it just spins and behaves really strangely. Why? Is it because... No. Hold on. Okay, is that better? No, whoa, that's even worse. I don't even know what's happening there. Okay. Okay, that's better. Is that... Okay then. I'm just gonna have all the rotor stuff not as a child of the body, but as a child of the... yeah, okay. What the hell has happened here? What? I don't even... That... What? Okay, I don't even know. So there we go. Right, so there's our helicopter. Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? Right, so let me just drag there. Oh my god, what is going on with this thing? This is genuinely ridiculous. What? Okay, looks like I'm having the back rotor not as a child with the back rotor holder. Right, so now let's add our helicopter script to it. And why do we need the back wheel? What? Why do we need that? We don't need that. Okay, so in the helicopter script, get rid of back wheels and front wheels, all the wheels data for the helicopter. Cool, so now we need to add a rigid body, of course. I'm just going to make it the same weight and have the same values as the jet at the moment. So that's 7 and 5. Cool. And I have... What? Ah. That's why we need the... Okay. Yeah, the back rotor stuff, or the back wheel stuff, rather, it was just to disable for when it's in the air, so whatever. Right, anyway, sorry, let's continue on. So here we have it all. So I have my values here. So for the max force, we need 10,000. Max velocity, 15,000, and the 2,000, and then 0. Or no, max tail force 15,000 and max tail velocity 2,000. So, and then I'll just give it the same distance values as the helicopter, so 10 and 2, and I think that's it. So let's go check that it works. Let me just save it. It'll be helpful. Go on. Oh yeah, I have to mash it down. Now I'll just get an air force controller. There we go. Okay, that's very strange. So I believe it was either E or F. F, E. No. E, F. F, E, A. What? Okay. Just make sure it's working in the other ones. Turn around. What is he doing? Come on. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Yeah, okay, that works for that. So if I set something up wrong. Body. Ah, I didn't tag its vehicle, did I? That was why. Yeah, it needs to be tagged vehicle. Completely forgot about that, so let's move the helicopter a bit closer so we don't have to walk anywhere near as far. So just save it again. There we go. So, what? Well, that goes. That's good. No? What is going on with this? Go on, please fly. No. Okay. It rotates. That's good. That's strange. Hold on a minute. Okay, the reason it wasn't working was just because I didn't have max force set to high enough, so I just got it to 100,000 now and it works. So what we need to do, actually, what you're going to first see is that, so if I just get into it, here's the first one it falls to the ground because we haven't put it on the ground, but oh well, that doesn't really matter for now. Is, well, first of all, that when you take off, it's basically impossible to go forward. You have to tilt right forward and then you basically just crash anyway. So also the you can do a barrel roll. How cool is that? Anyway, the mouse X is inverted, so to fix the mouse X being inverted, all we have to do is mouse X equals minus input to get axes mouse X. So now it will hopefully go the right way. And then we can change the max tail force to change the sensitivity. I think that's what it is. I should know. Anyway. Boop, 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 boop. So if I get in and take off, there we go. As you can see, it's now going the right way. So just stop. So I just say bring that down. Max tail force. Boop, boop. Oh no, that's the okay, yeah, that's wrong. So what we can do actually is we can do a mouse, yeah, that's what we can do. We can do a public float mouse sensitivity sounds a thing. Sensitivity. Oh my god, my spelling is atrocious. There we go. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I had it right the first time. There we go. And all we have to do is go mouse X times mouse sensitivity, where we do the get input on mouse X, and then we have to do the same for mouse Y, which is just that. So then we can just do something like 0.5 and that'll half it, or 0.25 and that'll divide it by a quarter, times it by a quarter rather. So let's go 0.3 or something. I don't know. Seems okay. So if we quickly go over and test it. Get in, fly, please fly. There we go, that's better. And then barrel roll. But yeah, now as you can see that it only really works, you can only really go forward when facing directly forward, and we don't want that. So what we can do is use the mathf dot dot. I know how strange that sounds, but whatever, we can use that and it's very useful. So what we have to do is go say under torque value, let's do that, float name it dot, equals mathf dot dot dot. What, is that not a thing anymore? Where is it? Dot dot, come on. Huh? Oh, turns out it's vector3 dot dot. Vector3 dot dot dot. And so the LHS will be vector3 dot up, and then the second one, oh god, second one will be transform dot forward. So yeah, that's the dot, and then we need to do a bit more mathsy stuff. Cool, so now we need to go vector3, name it something like upper, oh god, upper equals vector3 dot up times, no, not times, plus new vector3, 0, 0, and then we need to go 18 times minus dot. And then we need to go, we need to create a used force here, I don't think that's words, up here, vector3, used force, and this is where we use the ternary method. I forgot what it was called there. Yeah, the ternary method, which is where you use a question mark. So upper force equals V being the how much we've pressed down W does not equal 0, question mark, so that is, if that's true, then we go use equals max force times current velocity, and then if not is with a colon. And now above that we need to create one more thing, so float, we need to go hover velocity equals, and this is very simple, all we need to do is go rigid body dot mass times 9.81. 9.81 is the default. Actually what we want to do is, actually we can go mathf.abs, which is absolute, so it makes any negative value negative and keeps any positive value as positive, and then we can just go physics dot what is it, gravity, so that way you can just change the gravity and it'll stay hovered, and the mass is just how much it weighs. And so after the colon we just want to go hover velocity, and then in the add relative force we want to get rid of the max force times curve velocity and replace it with used force, so that will end us up with rigid body to add relative force vector3 up times used force. And we have an error. What is this error? Float mass. Why doesn't it like that? Ah, gravity.y. Oopsie. Or just gravity. Okay, we have another error. Type float cannot work, apparently. Oh dear. Actually, it's not a float, it's a vector3 we need to do. Vector3 hover velocity. I'm doing this completely wrong. It is float, hover velocity, and used force needs to be a float, not a vector3. That's why the errors. Damn it. Right, so if it compiles, come on, compile. What are you doing? Save. For some reason car isn't saved. Apparently. There we go, it's compiling. Cool. What? Oh yeah, and gravity.y, not just gravity. What's happening to me? Right. I'll just plop this closer to the flow quickly. Just run over there. Get him in, take him off, and then see he's going much forward. That made sense. Good English. He's going forward much faster. Though I'm not really sure what's happening there. But yeah. So you can see he's actually going forward. Of course he is still going up by quite a lot. And we can fix that. So we can fix by using the ternary method again. We can go float, I'm going to name it tip, equals v is greater than 0, question mark. If that's the case, 0. And by if that's the case, of course I mean the question mark, and then colon, if not, 18, which is what we have here. So what we can also do up here is create a public float, tip amount, which I'm going to have set to 18 for now, so 18, and then just have where we have it colon 18, just change that tip amount, and then where we have upper, in the new vector 3 where we have 18 times negative dot, replace 18 with tip, and then now we can just change the like the forward amount in the editor instead of having to go into the code to do it. So of course, the higher the value, the more it will, like, the less of a angle it will need to be at for it to go forward. So if you could do like 90 and it'll just go straight, that sort of thing. So go on. Okay, there we go, as you can see. Of course he's still going up, but he's going much faster now, which is of course good. So then he will rotate, like that. So now we need to do the rotors, have them spin. So what we can do is, well, first of all, we need to create 2 new floats. They need to be private. So let's go under the cur tail force and call tail velocity. So we need to go float, rotor, rotor rotation, and float back rotor rotation. So now we need to set the rotor rotation. Right, so we need to do this in the update function. So now we need to go rotor rotation plus equals max rotor max force times v times time dot delta time, and then so of course that times is it by the input, right? So obviously, and then we need to go tail rotor back rotor rotation plus equals tail max tail force times h times time dot delta time. Okay, now we need to create 2 new transforms. So public transform front rotor, rotor, and public transform back rotor. So let's just assign them in the editor. So that will be the back rotor will just be the back rotor object, and the front rotor will be the front rotor holder. So front rotor and back rotor, cool. So now we need to go in, hold on. Yeah, in update, we need to go where we have base update, we need to go front rotor dot rotation equals transform dot rotation, no, not root, dot rotation times vector 3 dot Euler, no, quaternion dot Euler, not vector 3 dot Euler, quaternion dot Euler, new vector 3 0, and then we need to go the rotor rotation comma 0, and then we need to do the basically exactly the same for the back rotor. So back rotor dot rotation equals transform dot rotation times quaternion dot Euler, but instead of rotor rotation we need to go back rotor rotation. So now it should rotate. There we go. Although I think that one's at a bit of a dodgy angle, but whatever. We can change that. So which which angle? That's the X axis that needs to be done on then. So change backwards rotation to the X axis and then have the rest at 0. Okay. Why is the pivot down there? I'm gonna have to reorganize this then. Set it to the position of the cube. Show there. There. There we go. So that's now in the right pivot. Cool. So now it should rotate correctly. Sorry about my keyboard, but I have to spam it. I mean, I could have just done it sort of hold it down, but that's not like GTA at all. There we go. That's better. So there we go. And I might end up actually teaching you sounds next week, but it's not exactly difficult to do, to be honest. So like all you for the helicopters and things, all you'd really need to do is actually let's not have that. Where we have where we times the rotation by V, don't do that, just times it by 1, and same with H, just times it by 1, it'll be much better. Anyway, so yeah, for the jets and the helicopter, all you want to do is just do the sound by the times it by V, the pitch of the sound by V, and then that'll be it. But the car could be a bit different, but I mean, really not that complicated. So there we go. Here's our helicopter taking off and flying, and then we can just jump out. Yeah, that's successful, isn't it? Brilliant. Anyway, right, so that is that episode done. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it. If you want to share it, then please do. If you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button. That's very awesome if you do. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.